Hello, I'm Nathan Judah. I'm here with Wolves reporter Tim Spiers. We're discussing the forwards today, and let's start with, well, someone who didn't get the season started in Nuadicko. Very, very unfortunate.
A huge miss as the season went on. He did the dirty work that others weren't prepared to do. Runs the channels. He's strong. He's quick. His goal ratio and his goal record is good. And they missed him. They missed him sorely. You don't want to put too much pressure on him, as Jacket said this week, when he comes back next season. But the signs are good. He's back in training, he's fit, he's firing. Seems like he's made a full recovery in good time. So he'll be a key player for them next season. There
was no point trying to rush him back for the last couple of games or something stupid, was there? I mean, they've done the right thing with him, and now he can have a full pre-season to get those fitness levels back up.
Yeah, and he's still young. You hope the injury in a way will kind of be the making of him, really. He's going to come back stronger. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but I think he's the kind of character that will. And you want to be looking at him getting 15-20 goals next season. I think you can do that.
Seems such a long time ago now, but obviously Benikophobia, the big news and the big transfer news probably of the season going to Bournemouth. I mean, I guess it was inevitable, even though the Wolves denied it at the time.
It was inevitable. You could tell from his performances on the pitch. You know, we saw it time and again. His body language was terrible, really. He wanted to leave, and he got his way at the end of the day. And then there was that unfortunate, very public spat. Moxie and Thelwell saying he'd given up, basically, and Phobia then defended himself on Twitter. It's not the way that Wolves do things. Very kind of distasteful kind of public spat, really. It's not a done thing here. So we move on, really. It was inevitable, but Wolves got a good fee out of him. I mean, if you look at, the Bournemouth fans certainly haven't taken to him.
No.
I think he's got 3 or 4 goals there.
Started great and then definitely tailed away, and I think lost his place.
Started great, tailed off, lost his place. 10 million looks good business, I think.
I mean, obviously there's going to be problems going forward when you take the likes of Dicko, the likes of Phobia, the likes of Saka on your side. I mean, they were fantastic, the season before last, and they're going to have problems, and that's exactly what they did.
Well, this was a huge issue, really, for Wolves from the start of the season onwards. They did not bring in quality strikers. They brought in Adam Lafondra, who just did not fit into the team at all. Didn't fit into the style of play. Right player, wrong time. They didn't replace Dicko on loan adequately. They brought in Grant Holt, which was just bizarre. Looking back now, I mean, it just didn't work. They didn't play him. You wonder if he was signed by Thelwell, and Jacket didn't agree, because Jacket just didn't seem to rate him at all.
No.
He wasn't fully fit. Absolutely bizarre. Did not work. They sold a Phobia, brought in Joe Mason, and then Jacket doesn't play him. I mean, it was just...
Yeah, it was a very strange one.
Very strange, just saying he's not sure how he fits into the team. Well, if you're not sure, then you try him out now, because the season's over. You've got 10 free games in the Championship to try him out. It was very odd.
Which makes you think, I mean, was it a Kenny signing, or is he getting told, is it the hierarchy above?
I think he wanted him, but he wanted 2 strikers to replace Phobia and or Dicko. He said at the time, he signed Mason, and he said, this is the first of 2. I want a pair. Transpired that was Kike was one of the players they wanted to bring in. Very close to doing so until a U-turn on the evening of the transfer deadline day. But they looked at quite a few strikers. Kike was the one they settled on. They didn't get him, and lo and behold, no goals for the next few months.
Left him high and dry.
Sigurdarsson was brought in, no goals. Lafondra, no goals from Christmas onwards. Mason got a couple. I think he got 3 in the end. Such a desperately poor return.
Let's talk about Bjorn Sigurdarsson, because I think most Wolves fans wanted to do so well, and you can't say that Kenny didn't give him a chance.
No, there was a lot of love for him when he came back. It was a great story. He's come back from injury. He's come back from exile at Wolves. From 2-3 years since he played for the club, and he certainly got his chance. 15 games he got. That's a long audition.
Yeah, it is.
I think Kenny really wanted him to succeed. He saw something in him. Good technical player, good in the air. He can finish. We know he can. But it didn't work out for him, and it's the right thing to do to send him on his way.
This is surely the most important area where Wolves must strengthen this summer, and they must strengthen with quality and not, ifs and maybes and gambles, really.
No, I agree. Well, they've got 2 strikers. They've got Joe Mason and Nuadicko. They've got Bright Bakari, but he's got to be, no disrespect to him, he's got to be 4th, 5th choice.
Yeah.
He's a kid. He's 18.
For a team that wants to be challenging.
Exactly. There's been too many of young Wolves players on the fringes this year. I think you need ready-made experienced Championship replacements to come in and replace the first team when they get injured. I know the injury record couldn't be foreseen, but Wolves' squad was really light on quality this year, and it really got shown up at times. So you need 2 first-team strikers to come in and challenge Mason and Dicko. All good enough at this level to score goals. It's asking a lot, and I know there's not much money available, but that's what they need if they want to challenge for promotion. If you look at the likes of Derby and Middlesbrough earning 30 million quid this year, Andre Gray for 9 million, Jordan Rhodes, what was he, 10 million?
10 million, yeah.
You can't chuck kids in to compete with that.
No.
Wolves need quality, and they've got a bit of money to spend. Still got some spare Benicophobe money. I'd love to see them go out and spend 3-4 million on Naki Wells or someone of that ilk, and really make a statement signing. Whether they will or not, I don't know.
And you want to get them in early, ideally, don't you? You want to get them in to have a pre-season. We don't want to be waiting until the transfer deadline. They're already into the season, and there's panic buying, and we're waiting there at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night to try and get someone. They want someone in, ideally. I know, you know, in an ideal world, you're going to have to pay a premium for those kind of players, but you want to have a pre-season and blend in with this squad.
Well, it's not like they've had no prior warning this summer. You know, since February, the season's been a write-off. They've known what division they're going to be in. They should have been planning from then onwards, saying, right, we're going to be in the Championship. We need a Championship goal scorer to come in the summer.
Yeah.
But given Wolves' recent record in the transfer market, do you trust them to do that? They knew Sacco was going for 6 months.
Yeah.
And then his replacements were a kid from Liverpool and Jed Wallace, who'd never played the left wing in his career. Afobe wasn't adequate replaced in January. I know they say they only had a couple of weeks to bring in a replacement in. But they knew from August onwards that Afobe wanted to leave.
Yeah.
So again, they've had 5-6 months there, and it wasn't done. So do you trust them to get it right? No, you don't. I'm not saying they won't, but you don't hold much faith in them at the moment. They've got a lot of work to do in the summer to get the right squad together, and also to win some trust back from these supporters.
Yeah, fingers crossed things improve, and we are proved wrong. Let's hope they get 2 quality strikers in. Make sure you join us tomorrow at theexpressandstar.com, and we'll have a little analysis of the club's hierarchy.